Hi, thank you so much. This is Jenny Oya with Nuggets and Things. I want to thank you today for stepping in with me. Yeah, my birds are singing. They so love me. Anyway, today I want to just share with you a little insight on some things that has happened in the last few days that kind of remind me of how grateful I am. Sometimes you got to learn how to appreciate your life where you are. And where you are may not be where you want to be. But then you have to learn to appreciate where you are in spite of that, right? Good gracious. Oh, when I look at people so much less fortunate, I have to stop and think, oh gosh, ooh, you know, thank you. In spite of what it is, in spite of what's happening, in spite of what I'm feeling, I'm grateful. Um, a few weeks ago, I believe it was, and I'm riding down the road. Is a young lady there that sleeps out on the ground, and I'm watching this woman, and every time I ride by, my heart went out for her. This woman is sleeping on the ground. A woman at night on the ground, sleeping, wrapped up in a blanket. My mind is saying she's got to be somebody's mother, cousin, aunt, daughter. Where is her village? Where's her village? You know, what happened? So when I'm riding by, I says, I'm gonna stop one day. I'm gonna stop, because I'm trying to go to work. I'm coming off work. So, and this one particular day, I had my grandson, and my daughter in the car, and I says, one day I'm gonna stop and talk to her. Meanwhile, I had gathered some things together that we had at work, like soap, deodorant, yada yada. And I got this big bag full of stuff, washcloths and so forth. And I says, the next time I go, I'm going to take time to stop. And I want, you know, to bless her. But I want to know her story. And you said, why would you want to know her story? Is that, you know why? Because everybody has one. And sometimes when you hear a person's story, you know, it makes them think that they matter because you took out time for them. Really. It wasn't a matter of me trying to be nosy. No, 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 no. It was a matter of me letting her know I cared. I was interested in her as a person, despite her situation, right? So I got a chance yesterday to actually stop. You said, well, I had plenty of chances, right? But you know how it is when you you rush and try to get somewhere. Oh, I got to do this. I got to hurry up and do that. And you're in a rush trying to run to the store. You're running here. And yesterday I was coming from work and I saw her. And I drove and I made a U-turn. I said, today is going to be the day I'm going to stop, right? I put some money in the bag and I pulled over and I got my car. I walked over to her and I smiled and she smiled back. Oh, oh. And when she smiled back at me, she had the most beautiful smile. And I says, hi. I said, what's your name? And she told me her name. And I says, I ride by here and I see you. I said, first I want to give you this. And I gave her a bag and she smiled. And she was, and now remember now, it was like 101 yesterday. I don't know what the index was, but it was 101. So I'm looking at her and I said, can I ask you a question? She said, sure. I says, why are you here? I said, because I ride by here and I know you somebody's mama, you somebody's sister, somebody's child, cousin, auntie. Why are you here? She said, my house burnt down. I says, wow. Well, what happened to the help? When your house burns down, I said, somebody's supposed to put you in another house. What happened? She says, well, this agency, I'm not going to call their name, said that they were going to help me and they're supposed to be helping me this week. I said, my lands, it's hot out here. I says, when your house burnt down, you've been out here for at least a couple of weeks, right? And she says, yes. I said, and where's your family? And she says, oh, they just found me and they're gonna. And when she said they just found her, I knew she wasn't telling me the truth then, right? But she needed, to feel like somebody cared. That's amazing. you know, ah, ooh, my heart, honey. And I said, okay. I said, I will be checking on you. She says, what's your name? I told her my name. And I smiled at her and I, gave her the bag. I said, and look inside the bag now. I got a little bit of money in there. I don't want you to lose your money. And she says, okay. Honey, I said to myself, what can I do? Right? And so you probably say, well, you know, what could you have done? We could, years back, probably in 2008, I had a ministry. So I had a building that I also housed the homeless in. So I would have it, I was in collaboration with the local shelter. So they knew if they ever got full to give me a call, right? And he would call me and he would say, hey, Queen, I don't know, what you have going on, but I have two people. I need I need a place for them to go, blah, blah, blah. I said, okay, just send them to me, right? We would do the police, the background, yada, yada. We have all that stuff done before he sends them to me. He had to have all that stuff done. That way I knew, they were safe to come in, right? But, we had an RV in our yard. And with the RV that we had, I had people staying out there in the RV. And it was a couple of people that we also had in our home. Because I felt like that's ministry to me. It didn't matter how many times I stood behind that pulpit and gave a message. The message was outside of the doors, not inside the doors. Because I'm only in those doors, twice a week? I'm outside every single day. And what I say behind the pulpit means nothing to me if I don't live it outside those doors. And it was important to me that I live what I was telling other people that they need to live. And it's love, right? How to love people where they are. So my thing was, I want to be an example of what I believe love really is, And so that's what I did. I opened up whatever I had to the point that I kept people, my children probably said, we knew so many people. My mama just brought people everywhere. And I did. Because I tried to help everybody, anybody I could. I said, I know I can't save everybody. I can't help everybody, but I'm going to put a dent in it because I'm going to do my best. So when I saw her, she was another person I had an opportunity to reach out to, right? To share something with, right? Here's what I have. I can't take you in my home because my house is full. My house is full. But I can bring her in my heart. And what can I do to help her meanwhile? It was hot. She had a bag of ice out there, So, I just try to help her along the way, give her some things. But the thing of it is, when our love grows cold, that we are not sensitive to those who need us, who struggle, who are going through whatever it may be. And it doesn't have to be monetary, right? It doesn't have to be the homeless. But how many times people walk up to you and trying to talk to you about whatever it may be, and we're just so, distant, right? And we don't have time to share a day, a life. And I got the joy of being able to share with her my life just by bringing her into mine. And she was so excited and so happy that I was able to do that, right? Taking out time to make sure that we share our life with somebody. We give them that love. We do care, on my job, when I hear about somebody, they got a birthday, when they come up, and I go and I get them something and I put it in the bag, and it says, well, I don't do that for recognition. I do that to let you know that I care. I don't owe you anything. I do it because I care, right? And when you give, I'm a giver. And I believe when you give to whoever you give it to, because They may not be the ones who have to give back to you one day. But because when you give, I'm a firm believer, if I give, somebody's going to give me what I need when my time comes. I'm going to need something, and the right person is going to be set in my life to give me what I need. I know that will. I know it's going to happen. All my life, I would give my last. I would give you the box of Pampers, and I would just trust that I would get a box back. You said, "Oh well, I never give." I didn't say you. I said me. I would do this because it's not just where my faith was; it is where my heart was. My heart is, I know that I'm gonna be okay. But you need to know there's a village. You need to know that you're not alone out here fighting battles, right? Because everybody needs to know that somebody is fighting with them. I had a young lady that was going through chemo, right? And I made sure that I brought all these, pink bracelets. I brought all this stuff, and I hung it, right, on, on our place of work, everywhere, to let her know I was fighting with her, right? I don't want you to ever think that you're alone. Not only am I praying with you, but I'm fighting with you because I see you every day. When I walk through here, I see you, right? And to me, that's what we're supposed to do. We cannot become so caught up in what's happening around us because trust me, there's stressors everywhere. There's things happening all the time to mess with your stresses, right? To cause you to doubt because there's so many things that's going on. But don't lose you. Don't lose your heart based on what you see or hear that's going on around you. Because somebody stands in need of you. They need you to tell them they're going to be okay. They need you to put a smile on your face so they can smile back. You know, when I smiled at that woman, she smiled back. And she had a beautiful smile. She probably don't use often. Because what can you smile about when your world is tipping, right? Take time. Take time to love people where they are. Okay? Thank you so much for your time. Thank you for your love. Let your light forever shine. Be awesome in everything that you do. And remember, when you see somebody less fortunate than you, take time to smile and have a kind word. It goes a long way. I love you. Blessings to you. Jenny Oyah with Nuggets and Things.